Sagittarius, welcome to your 5-card movie star spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Here we are. You're giving up on something. All right. There was a time when you thought you understood the situation at hand. Okay, this is the protagonist and this is the antagonist. There was a time when you thought you understood the situation at hand. You had a play, you had an understanding, you thought you knew where the other person stood. And then when it turned out that you didn't know, everything came to a screeching halt. You thought you had a sure thing. And as it turned out, you either had the wrong information, actually, I kind of don't get that you had the wrong information. I kind of get with the Hierophant being next that somebody was hiding something from you. Okay? So, you thought you had this in the bag. Whatever the situation was, you saw victory in an outcome. But something came to a screeching halt when this person, or persons, because this could be about groupthink, they didn't show up. They weren't there. Okay, so immediately what you did, and the King of Cups has a habit of doing this right now, is A, you showed your hand, you showed your emotion, you know, and B, you really let it get to you. Okay, you didn't control, you didn't respond, you weren't responsible, respond-able, you reacted. Okay, and that made this pull away even more. Ultimately, so the fives are about chaos, and chaos comes into our life to show us the things that they don't want. So ultimately, not getting what you want showed you something about who you are and how you react. And the thing that's bringing you out of the cold isn't going back to this original idea. The thing that's bringing you out of the cold, the thing that is making you cope with this lack of not getting what you want, is understanding that what you wanted wasn't realistic in the first place. And that you have a habit of thinking everything's going to work out a particular way without actually checking in with the other person and the other party. So it kind of feels like it was your actions that's making this person pull back just a little bit. And then when they pulled back, you were like, ooh, you know, maybe I'm too pushy, or maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I was a little too forward. That's where you're going with it. You aren't blaming the other person. You aren't saying, oh, well, you aren't playing the victim. You're taking responsibility for your actions, and you're looking to make a change moving forward. You're like, okay, well, how do I stop doing that? How do I stop tricking myself? How do I stop disappointing myself? That's the questions that you're asking yourself. So you're taking a very mature approach to this loss. And look at that. By letting go of the environment, by not trying to control all the resources, you're finding a new sense of balance and happiness. You're finding a way to take a bad situation, and instead of asking yourself, oh, why is this happening to me? You're saying, why is this happening for me? What can I learn and what can I do different moving forward so I don't go here again? Yeah, see? Now you're going to check in with the other person. Now you're going to slow down. Now you're going to have adult conversations. This is about teamwork, but it's also about appraisal. This is about you working on yourself so you can work better with other people in the future. Sagittarius, I like where your head is here, because you aren't playing the victim. And you're actually processing the situation to review your habits and your contribution to this situation, because you recognize you can't control the other person. You can only control yourself. That's how you remain responsible. Again, response-able. You don't want to keep reacting. You want to respond. And it looks like you're really doing the work to change that habit and make that happen. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next week.